Hello everyone and welcome to Friday Sews. If you'd like to see my makes for the week and my brand new sewing machine, stay tuned. This week I've got a couple of makes. My first make for this week is the Charlie sweater. Now this is made in a beautiful knit fabric. It's really lovely. Really soft, absolutely gorgeous. I will insert photos, of course. Now I made the size 42, and that's the size I made last time I made it, but last time I made it, it was in a fabric that really was not very stretchy at all. And this one is very stretchy. In hindsight, I probably could have sized down to a 40. And after I'd made the body of it, I actually took up the shoulders because the V was going to be too low. So I took up the shoulders and adjusted the sleeves. So the top part of it probably is a 40. I think I took the shoulders up by 2 centimeters. And I didn't put a band on the bottom. I actually extended it. Now the Charlie sweater is actually quite a, well, not a short jumper, but not a really long jumper. So you can see there from the line drawings, I actually made this V-neck here and plain sleeves. So I didn't do a gathered sleeve on it. And I extended it by 5 centimeters because I wasn't doing the bottom band. So probably a very similar length to what it would be with the band on it, but really happy with it. It's such beautiful fabric. Now, this fabric is called Utopia Monochrome Textured Graphic Print Knit. Wow, try saying that really fast. And it's from the Dahlia Society, and it's really beautiful, and it only takes 1.25 meters to get this jumper out of it. So really happy with that. I have got a couple of skirts that I'm going to make to wear with this particular jumper. And the next thing I made this week was the Ash Jeans by Megan Nielsen. Really happy with it. Just love this red fabric. So beautiful. Now I made a size 14, but I took a fair bit off the outside. So next time I make them, I would only be making the 12. And I think I would only need to make a 12 and grade into a 10 at the waist. These are not ultra high waisted. I have put a black, it doesn't really look black on the camera, but it's a black button on it. I have got a video out showing the difference between inserting the zip on the Ash jeans compared with the ginger jeans. It's a very different zip insertion. This is my preferred way, and I did shorten the pocket bags. Now this is some Elantane et Zoe viscose that I had left over from a dress, and so I made it into pockets. Now the pockets were probably about 5 centimeters longer than this, and I had done French seams in them. But when I put them on, it came down really onto the top of my leg here, and I could see it through the jeans, whereas this is where the pocket bag is now. And so that's sort of in your crutch part that tends to crinkle up a little bit anyway, so you can't tell it's there. And instead of doing French seams, I just sewed it and then zipped it off with the overlocker. It just made it not so visible through the outside of the jeans. Now last time when I made my white ash jeans, it was the same thing. The pocket bags were really long, and because they're white, you can see through, even though it's denim and it's technically not a see-through fabric, you could actually see the pockets through it. And I've even changed to using a skin-colored fabric in white things, but you can still see the pockets through it. So that was my ash jeans. Really, really happy with it. This is the fabric that I bought from Wefton Wall, and it's a really beautiful quality denim. You can tell the quality of it when you're sewing it. Really, really happy with the top stitching. It's really, really nice top stitching on this fabric. It's quite a thick fabric, and I noticed they haven't got any of the red left, so I went on their site again before, and they haven't got any of the red left, but it's a lovely quality fabric, and it makes a really beautiful top stitching, and I was able to get identical colour top stitching thread, which was great. So that was my ash jeans. Now the next thing I made was the all-in easy fit shirt, and I made the shirt with the collar stand. So as you can see here, it's got a collar stand, and this is an Italia jupe, large dark blue floral beige visco, and that was from the Daily Society. Now this was like a remnant piece that I bought, and I think I only had 1.4 meters of it, so I actually shortened the length of the shirt by 4 centimeters, and that made me be able to get it out. Really, really happy with it. Absolutely thrilled with the length. I think from now on I will be shortening this shirt. It can be a lot if you're going to tuck it in, and if your fabric's heavy. So if you're in a heavier fabric and you want to tuck it in, it's a lot to tuck in on someone that's as short as me, and so I'm short. So yeah, shortening it really worked out. And as you can see, I did the yoke in a piece of lawn that I had because I was trying to conserve fabric. And so it's got really nice sleeves, and it's got just the wrap over sleeve, not a towel placket, but a wrap over placket. And I used these buttons that I had. Now, not all of the buttons are exactly the same. They're nearly the same, but not quite the same. I think those top two have got a little bit of white in them, even though it's the same colour blue, and the rest of them don't have the white in them. But really thrilled with this shirt. It looks really, really nice, and will be very handy for winter. As you can see, I've got a coat on because it's freezing, absolutely freezing today. We went to the Dandenong market this morning to buy meat and vegetables, and it was cold there. It was freezing, and it was raining. So luckily it's all sort of inside and under cover. And I didn't do a bias tape on the hem like I would usually do. Most of my shirts have got a bias tape on the hem, but I didn't have enough of the fabric to do bias hem, so I just did overlocking and stitched it on, and I used a navy blue thread throughout. Now that is the only part of the shirt that has got any top stitching is the hem. All the rest of it I have not top stitched. So I haven't top stitched the collar. I didn't even top stitch the front placket. The buttons and the buttonholes will keep it there, and I always press everything really well after I've washed it anyway, so that should stay together well. So really happy with this all-in easy fit shirt. I'm sure a lot of people have made this, and I made the size 14. Not sure if I said that. And I do prefer a collar with a collar stand. That way you can turn your collar up. You can wear a necklace under it or a scarf under it. Yeah, but lovely shirt. Really, really pleased with it. Now, the other thing that happened to me this week was when I was sewing something, and it was for a job, my sewing machine died. And it's a sewing machine that I use all of the time. I have got other sewing machines. I have my mechanical machine set up for top stitching, and that's really all I use that for because it sews over denim so well. I didn't want to change that back from the settings that I've got in it. And I have got another Singer sewing machine. It actually belongs to my eldest daughter, but I actually do all her sewing, so she doesn't really need it. And it wasn't really what I was looking for, and it just doesn't go fast enough. So I went out and purchased a brand new sewing machine, and so I'll show it to you now. Just a quick reminder not to forget about Sew Autumn Denim 2024, being run by the Sewists of Oz, and I will put all the details for Sew Autumn Denim in the description or the notes or whatever it's called down the bottom of this video. And what I'm wearing, I'm actually wearing a parka coat by Stylark. I've had it for years. It's really warm and really easy to wear. I really like this coat because it's ponty and so it's so comfortable. And I can't remember where I got this ponty from, but it's been really, really good, and it has not gone pilly at all. Not anywhere where you get, it's covered in threads, but anywhere where things rub, like under the arms or anything like that, it's not gone pilly. So really happy with this ponty. And a Trudy turtleneck by Wardrobe by Me. Just remember, I think I've got 6 of those. Wear them all the time. And some Lander pants that are too big, but I just wear them with a belt. They did get a little bit wet on the bottom of them, on the bottom of the hems when I went to the market, but they've dried off now, so that's fine. So now onto the sewing machine. So this is my new sewing machine. I bought the Juki HZL G220 and it's absolutely marvellous. Goes really fast, has got automatic thread cutting. It also does, I'll show you in here. It also does a bit of lettering, not ultra big lettering, but I have been testing it out a little bit. So there's just one of the things that I started to do. And there's some other ones with my grandchildren's names on it because I thought I would be able to get some use out of it. And how cute are these little hearts? They're just beautiful. So that's my new sewing machine, absolutely wrapped, and it's so quiet. Let's find some fabric to sew on. I'll just sew on this. So, how quiet is that sewing machine? And the issue that I had with my other sewing machine was the motherboard had gone. And so when it cuts off your threads, it pulls them both through to the back. So both of those threads are through to the back and there's no threads on the front. So absolutely wrapped with it. It does great things. And I actually hemmed quite a few pairs of pants that I would usually hem on my mechanical machine, and it went really well with them. I had no issues whatsoever. And I was worried that this tail, because it's not very long, I would usually have a much longer tail than that. So this tail is only less than 2 inches long, and I would probably usually pull the tail out to probably 5 inches and have it at the back of the machine. But with the automatic cutting off, you can just restart sewing again and it picks it all up. absolutely great. So thrilled. I was just so lucky that I had investigated what machine that I wanted to buy, and I rang Echidna Sewing in Glen Waverley, and they had one that they'd ordered in for someone, and the person was never returning their call. So she said I could buy it from her. So I went, same day, picked it up, came home and finished off my job with it. So absolutely thrilled. Comes with a lovely hard cover. And the hardcover can rest on it all the time because your electricals, it's got a little space in here so you can put it on properly with all of your electricals still connected. Because I cover all my machines, you probably noticed that they've all got covers on them. And I actually bought some more fabric the other day to make some more covers, which I haven't done yet. But yes, that's my new sewing machine. Absolutely thrilled to bits. Got this beautiful big sewing mat with it. This big rubberized mat it came with. So had to get my husband to alter the table because this table actually has a hole cut in it from my other sewing machine so that it was all level. But this sewing machine's too big. It's much bigger. Like my overlocker, the same thing. When I changed to the baby lock overlocker, I had to lift the riser up and have it flat and level. But really, really happy. And it's so quiet. I can't believe how quiet it is. Now, my other machine, the motherboard went on it and it was going to cost a lot of money to get fixed. And then when I looked up the book, because I have all of my receipts taped inside my books, so I know when I bought them and how long I've had them for, how much I paid for them. And it was an Alina 40, which actually went quite fast because it went 850. And this one goes 900, but a lot of other ones only go 680, 690. But it has lasted me 13 years. So I think for somebody that absolutely hammers a sewing machine, 13 years wasn't bad to get out of that sewing. The only other thing that I would like to buy in the future is an industrial sewing machine. Of course, an industrial sewing machine often only does straight stitching, and I wanted to be able to use it for other things, and I need to be able to take it with me on occasion. So your industrial sewing machine will be set into a bench, and so it would not be movable. And as my husband and I are looking at houses to look to move to rural Victoria this year, I just don't want to have to move with it, and I don't know what sort of a sewing room I would have to start with. What if I needed to sew at the kitchen table? Clearly, if I had to sew at the kitchen table, we would never be eating at the kitchen table because I would always have it on there. But what if I don't have my own room as such? As soon as we move, that means that an industrial machine would really not be a very good option at this time. It will be in the future, just not at the moment. So I did the next best thing and bought what they're calling a semi-industrial. So it's a mobile industrial machine. So really, really happy with that. I have used lots of Juki machines before. When I went to fashion design school, we all used industrial machines and industrial overlockers, and the majority of them were Juki. I think we might have had a brother, one of the overlockers was a brother, but yeah, very, very happy with that. Not really an impulsive purchase, but a fast purchase. I did investigate what I would be buying, and yeah, had decided on this, rang around till I found someone who had one and went and got it on the same day. which I was thrilled about. And I must say the lighting in the new machines is marvellous. The same as with my Baby Lock overlocker, and with this machine too, the lighting is really, really good in the machines compared with the older type of machines. And I do notice it when I was doing the top stitching, the red on red for the jeans, very hard to see at night. I have got 3 windows. Got this window, this blind closed at the moment, but I have got 3 windows and they are in front of machines, but if the day's overcast, it's still really hard to see. So, and when you're, you know, a blind old bat, that's what happens. I have got special glasses for sewing that I can't walk around in because I wouldn't be able to walk properly. But what I've got on now is just normal seeing glasses. But yes, very, very happy, thrilled to bits, in fact. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I will talk to you all soon and show you what I've been making on my new sewing machine, and maybe even do a bit of experimenting down the line. I haven't done any, I haven't sewn any zips in with it yet. Really, really happy, and I will talk to you all soon. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully in the future we can go through making a few things on my new machine. Everybody have a great week. Bye.